instructions to his offensive line and the backfield. And this could be the last play of the half. Lawrence Walker in motion.
No back set here.
And there's a pass across the middle, incomplete.
1 second left here. Tried 10 to wonder where the flag is. Somehow got tangled up with an independent defensive back. There's no call. 1 second here. One more shot for Laney to get the ball down the field.
Kevin Holiday on the pass. Didn't have a lot of time that time. They know they're looking to try to get a pass in there, and the defensive line for the Patriots putting a lot of pressure on the junior quarterback.
Well, they went to a no-back set there, so it's kind of hard to protect when you got all your receivers out there. Got to get rid of it quickly.
All right, this will definitely be the last play with 1 second left. Holiday in the shotgun. He throws it up for grabs. Ball down to about the 25, falls incomplete. Pass was intended for Willie Davis. So that will be the end of the first half. And with the score, the defending state champion, Independent High School Patriots 21, and the Buccaneers of Laney High School 13. We'll be back with the halftime festivities right after this. Welcome back once again to Keene Stadium. I'm Tom Lamont with the play-by-play for tonight's game. Dylan Dimmick is our color commentator from Ashley High School, the head coach of the football program there. And it was an interesting first half indeed, Dylan. The Buccaneers jumped out early, but the Patriots were able to get control of the game in the second quarter, and they lead 21-13. Give us some stats.
Okay, you'll see we did the first quarter stats, and Laney really dominated, and they've continued to dominate in the ground game. Independence, on the other hand, has gotten its passing game back on track. They've got 161 yards passing at the half. Laney has 17 yards passing. However, Laney dominating in the rushing, 37 rushes for 210 yards. Independence has 7 rushes for 43 yards, as you can see here on the screen. Time of possession, again, Laney dominated in time of possession. 2 big plays really turned the momentum a little bit in Independence' favor. Laney settled back down. The interception return for a touchdown in the long hitch and go there right after Laney's turnover on the 14-yard line. But, pretty balanced up total stats. Laney was a slight edge, 23-yard advantage. But here, Laney getting the football right now. It's going to be important that they get some offensive momentum going and get a couple first downs. It'd be fantastic if they can drive that ball in and score.
And we hope you enjoyed the sights and sounds of the Laney High School band at halftime. Of course, the band and the cheerleaders and the flag girl dance team have worked all during this time period of the playoffs and done a tremendous job. And the student body as well. And there's the kickoff now here for the second half. And it's taken down at the 5-yard line by Davis, the 15 to the 20. Knocked around there, gets across up to almost the 25-yard line, knocked down at about the 24. So that starts it off with the kickoff here in the second half by J.C. Trickey, and the Bucs again have an opportunity here to get off to a good start with their first drive of the second half.
Absolutely. Keep the football away from Independence. Seems like they got on track. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments each team has made. To Laney's wishbone, double tight, pounded Adam type team, as well as Independence success there passing the ball.
In the wishbone again, here's Holiday, bounces off a tackler, hits another, and gets pushed across the 25 to about the 27. And they're claiming there was a fumble, but the Patriots are pointing their way, and apparently Holiday has coughed it up, and the Patriots have taken over here with an early turnover in the second half that could be very costly to the Buccaneers.
That could be. Wanted to come out and get the ball moving a little bit, get settled back down. Holiday running the option there. I think it's a good gang tackle by Independence.
So Charlotte now takes over. 11:44 here in the third quarter as we just got started. First big turnover. Crow gets the pitch to the right side, cuts back inside to about the 20-yard line. hit by a number of defensive players, including Lawrence Walker on the defensive side.
Important that Laney does not let Independence get their running game going. Got to close that down. They did a nice job in the first quarter. Independence had a little bit of success there on the quarterback draws, but Laney has got to make sure they keep Independence's running game in check.
The Buccaneers defense really being tested here tonight by this offensive team from Charlotte Independent. Chris Lee, junior quarterback, in the controls, drops back 2 passes to his top receiver, who gets inside the 5-yard line, and a beautiful pass to Eric Lyon again.
And you got to take away, you got to maintain inside leverage there, and it looks like Eric Lyon's being able to get inside of Laney's linebackers and sort of take away that inside leverage and get that slant play in there. Laney's got to bump and run him a little bit more.
That seems to be working, and that was an adjustment. We thought we might see some changes there after the first half, but again, the Patriots being able to take advantage of it. Now 1st and goal inside the 5. Hand off to Crow, right side, bounces off and into the end zone for a touchdown. So Charlotte Independent takes advantage of the early turnover here in the second half by quarterback Holiday, turning it back over to the Patriots, and very quickly the Patriot offense is able to move it down and score 6 points.
It's important that Laney gets some points in this next drive or two and holds Independence. This game can get out of hand if they don't start getting some things going, control that football. They had a great game plan there in the first half. They got to stick with it, drive the football, again, eliminate the mistakes on turnovers.
The point after now, Ryan Bierman. Josh Taylor will take the snap, puts it down. Bierman's kick is up, and it's good. And it's now 28-13. Charlotte Independent on top. Very, very quickly they put on a score, and the Buccaneers defense again for the first time this season is finding some real holes in that defense, but again they're up against a very potent offense.
Absolutely. Independence has proven itself not only in North Carolina, but it looks like in Tennessee as well, that they can score some points. So I think Laney's up to the max. They've been on the ropes before. They held at Richmond last week inside the 5-yard line with a couple minutes left in the game. So they've been had great character all year, so I look for Laney to respond.
And the Laney fans are trying to get their team fired up. These kids have been on a mission all year long. They've played with the hopes of getting here to the state championship and then completing the task of trying to win the championship. And now after an early start where they had a 13-0 lead, they suddenly find themselves down 28-13. That score, by the way, came with 10:38 remaining in the third quarter. So lots of football left. The Buccaneers, a team that can certainly come back. They've got a lot of weapons offensively, and they're certainly not going to be giving up. They took them too long to get to this step. First time in the school history being here, playing in the championship game for the 4A state championship. So the Buccaneers, again, will send Willie Davis back deep. Peachy will be kicking for, actually, that's tricky kicking now for the Patriots at his own 40. Davis will take it at his own 1. He slips and falls and goes down, and I think they're going to say with a touchback. Is that correct, or is he down on the 1?
I think they're going to give it to him
on the 1-yard line.
Well, that's kind of a questionable. His foot went inside the end zone. Once his foot goes inside the end zone, the ball should be down. So it should be the ball on the 20-yard line. This is
a tough break indeed.
Tough break, absolutely, for Laney's offense. 99 yards to go.
Holiday will bring him up. The Patriot defense trying to hold tight here. The offense for the Buccaneers. Short dodge to the left side, picks up good yardage. Fumble on the play. Another fumble for the Buccaneers. Uncharacteristic of the Bucs. Another loose ball. But I think they may have recovered their own fumble.
It'll be interesting when Laney's coaches go back and look at that on film. The foot goes into the end zone. The ball should be down. The momentum carries the win. So.
Like Tony Hicks might have been hurt on the play. He's limping out. Rashad Gilman going in to replace him, and they're going to call a timeout as they try to get Tony off the field. Right now, the Bucs seem a little shook here. A lot of things happening quickly here in the second half. They lost the lead in the first half, and now suddenly everything seems to be going against them.
Well, they've been a great character team all year, so look to each other for strength This drive's going to be important. They got to get a couple first downs, work their way against field position, make Independence move the ball. They gave them a short field last drive, and it cost them.
All right, handoff inside once again. Not much room at all, and he's taken down to the line of scrimmage. Looked like it might have been Willie Davis on the carry. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, although they looked like they gave him a pretty good spot. Patterson on the tackle for the Patriots. 3rd and long, deep in their own territory. Buccaneers are backed up against the wall here, trying to get some momentum back. There is DeLawrence Walker, I believe, carrying to the left side. He'll be short of the first down. It's going to bring on 4th down. And the Buccaneers, there's a stoppage of play. There might be a flag on the play. Looks like there is a flag. Penalty against the Buccaneers. They're going to be talking to the Patriot defense here because this is a 4th down situation if they decline the penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Buccaneers. So it'll be 4th down. They'll go half the distance to the goal, and it'll still be 4th down, and the Buccaneers are really backed up.
Special teams is going to be important here. They got to get a good kick, get a defensive stop. There's plenty of time left in this football game, but they got to stop the bleeding here a little bit and get settled down.
John Burgard will come on to punt. Goose is his name. He's backed up to the back of his end zone. Gets the snap, takes it cleanly, kicks it out, and goes to about the 35, taken there by number 80 to the 30, to the 25. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Late flag here. Should be, looks like perhaps a penalty on the return team. This could be a big break for Laney. Give him a little bit more field to defend.
Mario Raley was the punt return man on that play. Knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty, looking like against the Patriots. So there's the break for the Bucs finally here in the second half.
Right, they needed one. That was a slip there on the return. There's going to be some spot from the spot of the foul. So that's going to give Laney quite a bit more field to defend. And great defense hopefully can hold with the ball going.
Buccaneer defense now really has to make a stand here. They've got to get the ball back to their offense. Big penalty there against the Patriots. Moves the ball back to the Buccaneer 42-yard line. Patriots in Buccaneer territory. But the Buc defense now is really being asked for the first time this season to really make a stand here in the 3rd quarter. That could mean the difference between winning and losing, because right now all the momentum is on the Patriots side. Here's a handoff into Leak. Leak hands off to Crow across the 40-yard line to about the 38. Picks up good yardage for the Patriots.
Important they did not get that running game going. That was real bad for Laney if Independence starts running the football. But again, they've got the lead. Look for them to try to run the football a little bit, control the clock. When you have the offense that Independence has, you throw the ball so much, it's hard to carry out to protect that lead.
Mario Crow, outstanding running back for the Patriots, picking up good yardage. That'll bring on 2nd and 6 after Crow's 4-yard carry. And there's Leak rolling right, passing down the field. It's completed inside the 20-yard line. Another first down for the Patriots. The receiver on the play, number 80, Mario Raley. So Raley now starting to get open.
Starting to get in the game a little bit. He was Leak's favorite target all year. Laney did a good job shutting him down early. Looks like he's starting to get involved in the football game a little bit. That's not good news.
Not many teams have the caliber wide receivers like a Mario Raley and an Eric Lyon like the Patriots, and now the star junior quarterback is finding them almost every time throwing down the field. Here's a pitch to Crow, inside the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's in for a score as Charlotte Independent suddenly is taking control of this football game, and they score once again against the Buccaneer defense. 34 points now for the Patriots. Patriots, of course, have been scoring over 40 points in almost every game in the playoffs, and now they continue to try to get to that level tonight. 34-13, 8:02 remaining here in the second half. Independence comes out with Ryan Bierman now to add the extra point. Josh Taylor takes the hold. There's the kick. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And Charlotte Independence now leads this contest 35-13, and they're taking advantage of almost every opportunity, even after being set back by the penalty, after getting really good field position. The quarterback now is really making the difference in terms of finding the open receivers.
He's hitting the open receivers, but again, the running game for Independence starts to kick in a little bit, and that's the one thing we started the show. We talked about Laney cannot let Independence get its running game going. Laney's going to sit down and make a couple adjustments here. It's going to be important they get a good drive here. They got to come by with some points, and especially change the football field a little bit.
So if you're Coach Craig Pendergraft right now, Coach, what can you tell your players right now to try to turn things around?
Well, they've been a team that's been battling, has met lots of adversity. So, I mean, I think you sort of say, hey, look, stick to the game plan. You know, we're making the mistake. You know, we control it, not them. And that's important that you empower your kids that way to let them know they got control of the football game.
Let's take that instant replay and see what we can see from this last play that we just seen. There's the fake inside to Crow, and then a nice pass downfield that set up a touchdown that came later. Rayleigh wide open, the fine receiver, and Chris Leak was able to find him. And that's just, again, the offense that they have has given Charlotte Independence this lead. And there's the kick, goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Buccaneers will take over on their 20-yard line. They find themselves way down. This is a position they haven't been in all year long, being this far down in the second half.
And, you know, it's a challenge for Laney's offense. Not a team that scored a ton of points, but a team that got the back we saw in the first quarter and the first half to be explosive. It's going to be important here that they get down the field and get into the fourth quarter there, down by 2 touchdowns.
Kevin Holliday brings up his Buccaneers to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Davis, coming this side, trying to get outside. Can't find a whole lot of room. Picks up a couple of yards. And Coach Dillon, as far as the offense is concerned, you know, the Buccaneers are primarily a running team. When you get down in the second half by this many points, and you don't have a lot in terms of passing plays, you really depend on the run. Is this going to be hard for them to come back?
It will. They've got, when we played them, we saw them on film, and they can throw the football. They've got some passing in the game plan. They don't like to do it because it's a little higher risk in the run, and also, but I think we're seeing them shift to some more formations that get out of the wishbone and start throwing the football a little bit more. Got 2 nice targets out there.
There's a pitch to Tony Hicks. He can't get outside, and the defense of the Patriots all over him at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think Independence started playing with a lot of confidence, trying to sort of settle down. Again, you know, Laney's got a lot of two-way football players, so speed could be cutting in a little bit for him. But when you get this far, you know, I'm sure those kids aren't thinking about that right now.
Right, and of course the coaching staff has all year long said, you know, that hasn't been a problem. Conditioning, they've really worked hard with their kids. They've got good athletes. They have, you know, young men that have great work ethics, and they've really been able to overcome the fact that a lot of their kids are going both ways. Looks like we might have an equipment problem again for the Buccaneers. Tony Hicks coming over. Rashad Yeoman now going into the lineup for the Buccaneers. But it's the game, we know, when you get up against the defensive champions, it's a little bit different.
Exactly. Their skill level's raised. Your skill level has to meet it, and it gets harder and harder to do that.
3rd and 10 for the Buccaneers at their own 20. 6:32 remaining in the third quarter. 35-13 your score. Here's the handoff inside. Good yardage for the Buccaneers, but it's going to be short of the first down. DeLawrence Walker with the carry. Charleston Grant on the stop for the Patriots. Buccaneers will send in their punting unit. The Goose will come in to try to punt the ball away.
Well, he's always been known for the trick plays. This might be a time to change the momentum around. I know they've got a lot of fake punts in the repertoire, so.
Mario Rayleigh goes back for the Patriots to receive the punt. Goose takes the snap. It's low. He gets a nice kickoff. Ball coming down to Rayleigh at his 40. Takes it to 40. Steps inside, then cuts to the outside. 45, 50, 45, to the 40, and knocked out of bounds by Willie Davis. And the Patriots again will start with good field position here in the second half.
They've really, ever since Laney, that initial fumble by Laney deep in their own territory, the ball has really seemed to stay in Laney territory. And Laney's really got to punch the ball out of there so they can give their defense a chance. Seems like a couple plays by Independence every time, and it's a score rather than the bend but don't break. There's not much to bend here.
Well, this was a team last year, the Patriots, that were considered by their coach as a Cinderella team. They have a lot of sophomores. So they were sophomores last year. They're juniors this year, and it was quite a thrill for this team to make it to the state championship. And this year, right now, they're proving that it wasn't a fluke last year.
Nice coverage there by Econ Newton, middle linebacker. They tried to sneak Crow out there in the flat. He did a real nice job covering him. And that's real good for Laney. Did a no gain play on first down, force them to second down. It'll force their hand, take perhaps some of the running game out of the offense.
And I might mention, I hadn't mentioned Independence's coach. It is Tom Knotts, and he's done a fantastic job here the last 2 years for the Patriots. And he brings his offense up now inside the 40 at the 38, second and 10. Chrisley takes the snap, hands off to Crow, left side 40, 35, goes across the 30 and gang tackled across the 30 inside the 32, about the 28.
Yeah, that's, I think we talked about the one thing they can't let them do. And I think, Independence got enough going that they might have Laney a little off balance here. But, they're a great defense.
Patriots playing with a lot of confidence right now. The Buccaneers look a little, perhaps a little tired, a little worn down. They've got to find somewhere how to stop this offense. Chris Lee sends his receiver in motion, fires across to the other side. Pass is completed, and a touchdown for the Patriots. Once again, Rayleigh with the touchdown. Flags are thrown possibly for after the touchdown, diving in celebration, and penalty that will be tacked on against the Patriots. But right now, Charlotte Independence in complete control of this football game.
Looks like Laney was trying to play a little bump with the safety over the top. They didn't get a very good bump. Rayleigh got up. Rayleigh's a fantastic receiver. Got outside before the safety get over there. And a real nice play by Leak to hit him right there in that seam between the cornerback and the safety. But again, Laney was successful in the first half, controlling the football, driving the football, having an offense, time of possession. Here they're not having as much success, and Independence is starting to get it going.
4:33 remaining, 41-13 as the Charlotte Independence team. Ryan Bierman will now attempt an extra point of 35 yards, and the kick is up, and it's good.
I think we're going to see an instant replay here on that touchdown pass, on that last one there, with Rayleigh catching it there in that seam between the corner and the safety.
And while we're waiting for that extra play to come back, and we'll see the replay on that in just a moment. But here we go. There's the end of the play, and there's the penalties for the extra celebration there in the end zone. But it didn't cost them the extra point.
No, it didn't. They've got a heck of a kicker there at Independence.
So once again, the Patriots of Charlotte Independence are able to get in the 40s. They now have 42 points to the Buccaneers 13. The Bucs scored all of their points in the first quarter, and since that time, it's been all Charlotte Independence. 4:33 remaining here in the third quarter. Still a lot of time. Like to see the Buccaneers get some more points on the board, get some confidence back, and see if they can make some things happen. But we're getting down to a point now, Dylan, where they need to do something really soon.
Absolutely. And again, it's a state championship. You got nothing to lose, and that's the important thing. I think Coach Pendergrass knows that. Going to start taking a few more chances offensively, try to get on the board quickly, and start really getting after defensively, get some turnovers, and then perhaps they get back in the game. Two quick scores, and Laney's back in.
J.C. Tricky's kick goes to Willie Davis. He gets across the 10 to 15 to 20. Breaks through to the 30. Gets close to the 33-yard line. Taken down there. And the Laney fans have something to cheer about.
That's what it's going to take. One of those seniors on Laney's football team to make that extra special effort. Make the big play. That's what they're looking for. Get the momentum. Get on the scoreboard. Make a big play. Big stop defense to get the ball back. Score again. and we got to have a strike football game in our hands. It's real important that Laney get going.
Time for some big plays by some big Buccaneer offensive players. Rashad Tyndall's been a little quiet tonight. Willie Davis has had a lot of carries. Lawrence Walker, Tony Hicks. But somebody's got to step up and make something happen here. Here's the quarterback, Holiday. Fires across. There's Tyndall across the 40-yard line. Good pickup of about 9 yards.
Well thrown ball. Nice catch. Looks like got some extracurriculars there after the catch. Refs settling things down.
Both of these teams are known for hard hitting, and we're seeing that tonight. Some big plays on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Right now, the Buccaneers have a 2nd down and 1 situation. And they'll come up to the line of scrimmage now with a short, 2nd and short. Holiday brings Davis in motion. Goes back, passes over here to DeLawrence Walker, takes it to 40, to the 45, picks up the 1st down, and close to the 50-yard line, knocked down at about the 49.
They do a lot of play action off that sweep. They've had so much success with it. They're coming up with creative things. The trap play they went weak side with, now they've got the screen play. So they're doing a nice job being multiple off of one successful play for them.
The Buccaneers again coming up to the line of scrimmage, currently in their own territory, hoping to get into Patriots territory and get something going. There's a snap, straight handoff inside to Tony Hicks. Hicks is knocked down at about the 50-yard line, gang tackled by a number of Patriot tacklers. Meanwhile, Kevin Holiday gets his instructions from his coaching staff on the Laney side. Wilmington crowd hasn't had a whole lot to cheer about here in the 2nd half, but they're hoping to get on the board here before the 3rd quarter is over and try to get the Bucs back in this contest. Kevin Holiday at his own, actually it's on the 50-yard line. Drops back, fakes once, then throws downfield, got an open receiver, and it's completed. A beautiful pass to Rashad Tyndall.
He's been the go-to guy for him as a receiver so far today, and Holiday's done a nice job at at the end of the half there, threw some deep balls, sort of errantly, but it's been a nice job, real precise here on the slant, and a little hit to go, it looks like that.
Buccaneers on the 20-yard line now. We're going to take a look at that play, if we have a moment, on the instant replay. There's the pass again from Holiday to Tyndall, and is knocked down at the 20-yard line. Now back to action. Running play to the left side. And it's Tony Hicks on the carry. Maybe picked up one on the play, perhaps. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Couldn't tell exactly where they're going to mark that one. Back to the 20. So no gain on the play.
So a nice drive so far for Laney, moving the ball, changing the field. It's going to be important that they get some points here.
Bucks knocking on the door here, trying to get some things going in the 3rd quarter. Holiday rolls right, passes right. Willie Davis drops the ball. May have been a lateral.
It was a lateral pass, so he can pick that ball up in advantage. Smart move by him. Sometimes two players, if they don't catch it, they're kind of a little frustrated that the ball's just there, and that'd be a costly turnover for them.
So a good play by Davis to stay on it, but they do lose some yardage on the play. 4 yards, in fact, on the play, a loss of 4 yards. 3rd and 14, 1:12 remaining 3rd quarter. Big 3rd down here now for the Buccaneers if they're going to get back into this contest. Holiday sends Walker in motion, fires over to Davis again. Davis to the 20, inside the 20, and close to the 17. Still way short of the 1st down.
I think with the score where it is and where they are on the field, I think they're definitely in 4-down territory. Don't be surprised if Coach Pendergrass makes a run at this.
Buccaneers will be going for it here on 4th down. 4th and 8, closing seconds of the 3rd quarter. Laney fans trying to make some noise. Bucks come up to the line of scrimmage. 4th down situation. Need a 1st down. Holiday takes the snap. He drops back. He fires to the corner. They're going for it all. It's overthrown. The Buccaneers tried to go for the 6. They were not successful, and the Patriots will take over on down.
Good drive for Laney. He needs to get some points on that drive to sort of stay with Independence. Fundamental here is they got to get a big play. Someone's got to strip the football, get a turnover, get some points quickly. That last pass on fourth down, just a fade route, trying to throw it up to a big receiver. The ball's a little overthrown.
Now we have 14 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Chris Leak brings his offense up, hands off to Crow inside, big hole to the 30, up to the 35, across the 35 to the 37. It'll be a first down for the Patriots. We don't want to see that right now because that's, again, going to give them an opportunity to make some big yardage and also keep them with the football. And right now, the Buccaneers need to have the football offensively. That'll run the clock down to about 5 seconds. That will probably be the last play of the third quarter, and indeed it is as the clock runs out here in the third quarter at Kenan Stadium. The score after 3, Charlotte Independent 42, Laney 13. We'll be right back after this message.
Knows that no one is inside. Keep the plan in a place where you can look at it every day so you know it by heart. Practice the plan at least twice a year because just having a plan is no good if you don't practice it.
It's really quite simple. The more advanced math you take, the better your chances at a better career. With courses like algebra, trigonometry, geometry, and calculus, you'll choose from a wider range of more interesting jobs. If no one has explained how the power of math can improve your future, demands that you be told. Call NACME. They'll tell you. Or check them out at mathpower.org. Problem solved.
I can make a difference.
The Arbor Day Foundation can show you how to make a difference, too. In your hands, you have the power to change our world. You can improve the environment, help your community, and build a better tomorrow. You can plant a tree. Write the National Arbor Day Foundation and support Tree City USA, where you live.
Plant a tree today for all the world to share.
And welcome back once again to Kenan Stadium as the Patriots of Charlotte Independence are down to the fourth quarter here against the Laney Buccaneers in the state championship, leading 42-13. There's a handoff to Crow inside. He gets across the 35-yard line, and Dylan Dimmick, of course, has been doing the color commentator for our game tonight here from Ashley. And Dylan, this is the time probably now you're going to see the Patriots go to the ground, try to run off some time.
Try to, and they just went to a two-back set I formation. That's not going to help very much. That allows Laney to really pack it in inside. Looks like we've got a Laney player down there, but those two backs allow Laney to really stop the run in there. They probably have more success running in that spread formation.
Sure did not pick up a number as the coaches now surround and the trainers surround the player who's hurt on the field. But the Buccaneers find themselves in kind of a tough place. The last time they had the football there, as the third quarter was running out, an opportunity to get some points on the board, and the fact that they were not able to do that, ran out of downs, and had to give it back to the Patriots, really is going to make it tough. They're going to really have some major breaks here to come back from this.
Absolutely, but. You know, the strange things have happened. And I think that's the point that the coaches there, Laney staff, are getting across the fourth quarter. We've worked 15 games. We've won them all. Time for us to, keep hanging in there, keep battling. You never know what's going to happen.
Brandon Munn, I think, was the injured player, number 28, as we get the stats from the third quarter. You look at first downs, Laney with 13, Independence with 12, rushes, rushing yardage, Laney 48, 228 yards, Independence 13, 103, and then the difference is the 228 yards passing for the Patriots. We'll get back to the stats in just a moment as the Patriots come up to the line of scrimmage once again. Chris Leak hands off, and then given back to him as he hands off to Crow. Good pressure by the Buccaneers, and they finally get a sack tonight. The passionate defense that has been so tough all year long.
Absolutely, and looked like Coach Science there was going for a knockout punch, a little flea flicker home run play there to Rayleigh. Well defended, it was covered down the field, but you're getting two back against Laney, and they'll swallow you up, and that's what they did there at Independence.
Surprising that they might go to a trick play at this point. I mean, you got a big lead. You don't want to make any mistakes here. I guess you have a lot of confidence in his defense tonight, so trying to kind of knock them out here in the early part of the fourth quarter, but that play for the defense got to be a positive for the Buccaneers. Here's Leak again, fires. There's that same pass across the middle, and it's completed for another first down, or close to a first down, actually 4 or 5 yards short of a first down after that loss, the big loss on the play before. I was thinking that might have been a first down passing situation, but it's going to bring on fourth down and 5 yards for the Patriots.
Big hit there by Andreas Williams. And we're going to see an instant replay of that play. Back up, free safety, Andreas Williams coming up and making a big pop here. Actually, this is on the flea flicker play. Doing a great job defending that.
Good job by the defense on this stop. Something the Bucs had to do on this time. There's a fake. There's a Crow across the 45, and he's going to be, I think he's got it.
It's going to be a close call. Looks like they're going to bring him in the measure. Look at the spot. Going to be a close call. Coach Knox here sort of playing a little free from the belt a little bit. With a big lead, I guess he's trying to
make sure.
Nail us off shut, I think. But pretty gutsy call there.
Let's get back to the stats once again. Let's see what we're looking at in terms of Charlotte Independence. Mario Crow has had 11 carries, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. His largest run tonight was 20 yards. He's their star running back. Chris Leak, the quarterback, has carried it twice for 15 yards. And the measurement shows that, indeed, the Buccaneers have stopped the Patriots. So there's a break, giving the Bucs a little bit of life.
Need to get on the board fast. And, it's not out of the question, but they need to get it going here.
For the Bucs tonight, Tony Hicks, 17 carries, 115 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest run was for 64 in the first half. DeLawrence Walker, 12 carries for 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Willie Davis, 13 carries for 31. The Bucs come back up to the line of scrimmage. 9:57 remaining in this contest. Bucs down 42-13, but they have the ball in Patriot territory. Hicks in motion. Pass fired over to Willie Davis across the 45. He breaks the tackle to the 40 and runs out of bounds to 35. So that's going to be close to a first down for the Buccaneers. That should stop the clock.
And, get the ball in your best athlete's hands and let them do something with it. Nothing real fancy about that play. Just throw it out there and try to get somebody one-on-one with Willie Davis.
Love to see the Bucs put some more points on the board here. Make some things happen. Kids have played a tough game tonight and are up against a very difficult and tough opponent in Charlotte Independent. Holiday brings his offense up. Makes some changes at the line of scrimmage. First and 10 for the Buccaneers. Inside their own 35. Holiday back to pass. Big defense coming in, but he gets the pass off. The pass is up, and it's a touchdown. Rashad Tyndall with a TD for the Buccaneers, and there's life once again for Laney.
Unless they're going for 2 to make it 21-42, if they can make the 2-point conversion, bring them within 3 scores, it's going to be important here that they get a good defensive stop, score again, then we'll see where we are time-wise, whether they go some onside kicks or some funky plays there.
Kevin Holliday was under a lot of pressure.
Took a big hit on that, threw the ball right on the money. Rashad Tindall adjusted to the route and did a beautiful job.
All right, the Bucs going for 2 points here, trailing 42-19. Touchdown game with 9:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Holliday passes again, fires over to this side to DeLawrence Walker, who will be short. Was not able to get it in. Passing play fails, and the Buccaneers settle for 6, but they are back in the scoring department, trailing now 42-19, as the Buccaneers will still have plenty of time here in the fourth quarter to make some more things happen. And Dylan, do you go to the you try the kick now, the onside kick?
Well, yeah.
And before we get to that, let's take a look at the instant replay of the touchdown. And there you can see the pass, and here's the pressure. Beautiful pass by Holliday, and the catch in the end zone for Rashad Tindall. And the Buccaneers not giving up here, getting 6 on the board here in the fourth quarter, and now have an opportunity, and they're talking with their coaching staff about what to do, and I would imagine they'll probably try the onside kick.
You know,
But I could be wrong.
well, you know, obviously you can do it if you get it, if you're rolling. If you kick it deep and your defense holds, maybe block a punt and something like that. And you know, it all matters what Coach Thunderrath, he knows his players, and he knows what his kicker can do, and he knows his defense. So, you know, it wouldn't be a big surprise to see him do it down by 23 points there, 10 minutes left in the game. But at the same time, he's got a fantastic defense. So,
well, let's see if Goose can make some things happen here. He's the kickoff man, number 44. Comes up to the ball. It's an onside kick. It goes across the 50 and out of bounds.
well,
So close.
exactly. Almost perfectly done kick. The ball right where it was supposed to be. One of the hardest things about onside kick is the velocity of the kick. I mean, sort of out-kick the coverage a little bit, but had an opportunity there. Didn't look like Independence defended that side of the field real well. But again, you take a chance. Now your defense holds here. You get the ball back. Either way, the defense is going to have to hold.
So the Patriots now will have good field position after the onside kick goes out of bounds. A good job by Goose making that happen. Just not a break for the Bucs that time. But now it's up to their defense. See if they can hold them here and get the ball back one more time. Chris Lee comes up to get the snap, and he's passing. Surprisingly. Pumps once, throws twice. Beautiful catch at the 25-yard line. Ferguson on the reception for the Patriots.
Number 3 receiver to the trip side is really hard Laney tonight. They've been able to get him inside in that seam behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. And get the linebacker there. They've been able to get inside leverage on him. And the number 3 receiver has really hurt Laney a little bit tonight.
Correction, that was Dale Autry on that reception for Charlotte Independence. And the Patriots are now inside the 25 to 24 of the Buccaneers. Defense for the Bucs asked to come up with a turnover here. Crow inside handoff. He spins around inside the 25 to maybe the 24, 23-yard line. Depends on where they mark it. Straight handoff. Clock running now inside 9 minutes. Patriots will probably be a little bit more methodical now in the huddle, taking more time as they try to run out the clock here as the fourth quarter continues on. The Buccaneers really need to get the football back in their hands and try to put some more points on the board.
Need a big play. Need a turnover.
Second down and 10 now. No gain on that play. Leak again taking his time at the line of scrimmage. Threatening of a blitz here, and here comes Walker, and there's a throw to the end zone. It's incomplete, overthrown to Rayleigh on the far side. A touch pass, a little lofting pass over to the corner, and fortunately for the Buccaneers, it falls incomplete.
Laney came with a little safety blitz there. Faked the run. The run fake just sucked him in enough that he didn't hit Lee squarely when he came back around that bootleg. If it had been a drop back pass, perhaps they had a big play there. But again, Laney's starting to take some chances here. They've got to get the ball back. They've got to start rolling the dice a little bit.
A little bit more energy now on that defense too. They're bouncing out there again, that typical defense, and I think they're not giving up yet. The Bucks are playing hard and trying to make something happen. Leak now in the shotgun. Third down situation. Here comes the blitz again. Takes the draw inside, then he carries to the left, flag on the play, across the 20, across the 15, up to about the 10. He slides down before he's tackled, but I think there is a flag on the play on the far side, and that might bring that one back. As the Patriots are turning and walking back like it may be called against them. And it is a legal procedure against the Patriots, and that was a big pickup by Leak, the quarterback, but it was all for naught as they'll bring it back, and the Buccaneers catch a break.
That's what he talked about, his arm. He's got some nice feet there, too.
No question about it, these Patriots are proving, as they have proved all year long, they have a lot of weapons in their offense, a lot of weapons. 3rd and 15 for the Patriots. Buccaneers trying to keep them from scoring again, trying to get the ball back again. The time is starting to be a big factor against the Buccaneers. Inside 8 minutes now remaining. Leak in the shotgun. 3rd down and long. Here comes the blitz by the Buccaneers. He throws it to the corner, looking for his receiver, and it's incomplete, knocked out of bounds once again by the Buccaneers.
Well covered. Not many people in the state that can run with Mario Raley, but Willie Davis is one of them. Did nice coverage inside lever. They ran a fade. Did a nice bump and run, turned and ran with them. Well-thrown ball, but again, Willie Davis, 6'4", 6'3", an opposing figure there to throw over.
So 4th down situation would be a long field goal for the Patriots. Looks like the quarterback Leak is coming back onto the field, so it looks like they may go for it here. They are inside the 30, get to 29. 4th down and 15. And an important opportunity here for the Bucs to hold them here and get the football back one more time. Leak in the shotgun, rolling left, looking downfield, turning back towards the right, wide open receiver, touchdown, Patriots.
Throwback there kills you. Everybody focuses so much on the trip. He rolls down, gets set, and throws back to the backside of the receiver, running the post.
And it was Barry McCauley, wide receiver number 9, with a touchdown. So he finds a new receiver and puts the 6 points on the board for the Patriots, and now 48-19.
That's
Charlotte
McCauley's second
Independent.
touchdown of the game. He had that 86-yarder earlier in the game, so
My fault.
he's a big play receiver for them. But Leak certainly does. Looks like Laney's got 3 good backs. It looks like Independent's got 3 pretty good wide receivers.
And the extra point is also good. And it's now 49-19 as the Patriots now on top by 30 points with 7:34 remaining. Let's take a look at the touchdown. There's the instant replay. And there's the pass wide open in the end zone. Chris Leak finds his receiver wide open.
It's got to be frustrating for these young men. They've worked so hard. They really worked. Fantastic teams out of their way through Fayetteville and all those teams there in Richmond County and Skyland County, some of the more storied programs in the state. So it's got to be incredibly painful for these guys. But knowing Laney, they're going to battle to the end, and they've got a lot to be proud of.
What a great year it has been. With the start of the season with a change in coaches and the assistant coach, Craig Pendergraft, taking over the program, making sure these kids, felt good about where they were and that they could continue with the coaching staff, and these kids responded. They have all season long been on a mission. Throughout the regular season, the Buccaneers lived on shutouts and playing tough defense, and of course getting a lot of scoring from the running backs and that we've talked about all night, but the Lawrence Walkers, the Willie Davises and so forth. Here's the kick again, coming down to Willie Davis at the 5, to the 10, to 15, finds the hole. He's out to the 30, the 35. He might go all the way. He will. He's at the 40, to the 30. He's going all the way for the Buccaneers, and the Bucs are back on the scoreboard one more time. They're not dead yet.
Not at all. Willie Davis looking like a 93-yard kickoff return. Probably going to go down some record books for the state finals, but again, an exciting athlete. And again, that's exactly what Laney needed. Looks like there's a flag down here on the ground. Hopefully there was nothing No need for any contact at all after the play. Willie was so far ahead of all of them. The touchdown was fortunately timed call on Laney, so it's going to be a long, it looks like they don't want to go for two, but it looks like it's going to be a real long two-point conversion. Might cause Coach Pendergraft to reconsider.
Well, there's the big play. Willie Davis on the kickoff return. Exciting young man who's done this kind of thing all year long, and he's not giving up yet. 7:21 remaining, and the Buccaneers get a big touchdown and a big play, and will probably have an opportunity to go for the two-point conversion here to try to add 2 more points. But they will start this effort at the 18.5-yard line, or 19-yard line. 2-point conversion. Holiday in the shotgun. Rolls right. Looks downfield. Now he's going to try to run it in. And he's knocked out of bounds. So they will not get the 2-point conversion, but they do have a touchdown with 6 more points, 43-25, and a big play. Let's take a look at the replay of the run back by Willie Davis for the Bucs. There you see him breaking through the middle, and then after that, he was gone all the way.
Tell you what, he's got some long legs, 2 strides to go 5 yards. I mean, he can get those wheels moving. He can flat out fly. Again, taking us down to the University of Virginia next season.
Buccaneers would like to probably go for the onside kick here one more time. Still some time left. And so if they can get the ball back and make some things happen, they could make it interesting.
Absolutely. They had the onside kick last time. It's overkicked the coverage a little bit, but a nice kick there by John Burgard. Or better known as a Goose, I guess.
Yeah, known as the Goose. They love him at Laney Stadium. They really do. He does a fine job, and special teams has been an important part of the success of this Laney football team. And Goose would like to try to get it in another one, just like he did last time, but hopefully this time one of the Buccaneers will get on top of it.
It looks like Independence made an adjustment here and put a couple more people outside put a guy outside the numbers down here and another guy outside the hash. They had kind of an interesting coverage return team in there last time, kind of open for the onside kick at the same Laney didn't capture.
One of the things Goose does too is he has this little kick that he kind of floats over, kind of like a little squib.
Sure.
So let's see if he goes with a little bit different. Nope, he's going for the same type of kick. It's good, but there's a flag on the play. Ball is a scramble, but I believe the Patriots might have offsides against Laney. There is a flag down around the 40-yard line.
That's what it looks like. Usually that flag thrown there is a dead giveaway to offsides when they kick off coverage.
Buccaneers a little anxious to try to get the recovery. It is offsides against the Buccaneers. Laney was hoping to perhaps get just a little bit quicker step to try to recover the potential onside kick.
Look to see Independence keep the ball on the ground probably. After that kickoff return, perhaps Coach Knox might settle down a little bit and maybe cut out the flea flickers and such.
Looks like we're going to try this again. I believe that's what's happening. And now there's some confusion with the coaching staff. Looks like Goose is coming over to get some last-minute instruction.
Surprised that Independence didn't accept that, decline that penalty.
Now that gives the Bucs another chance to perhaps get the ball back. All right, let's see what the Buccaneers have in store. The Goose, little squib, goes downfield, about 15, 20 yards. There's Rayleigh.
Yeah.
Rayleigh's dangerous. He gets back to the 50. And that's where the Patriots will take over.
I think Goose is trying to kick it into somebody there, kick it hard down the field. Hopefully it bounces off a Independence receiving team member and pops into somebody from Laney's hands. Unfortunately, went through their legs instead.
Willie Davis on the tackle that time on the return. Good defensive play. Buccaneers, as you said earlier, Coach, have a lot of good open field tacklers, and that was another outstanding tackle. This ball is actually placed just short of the 50-yard line, and there's another flag.
Looks like someone from Laney might have lined up off sides there. Or maybe the clock, which is back judge also to the clock.
Suddenly time seems to be taking a little longer. A lot of flags here of late. It is a penalty against the Buccaneers. And that'll move it across the 50-yard line now into Buck territory. Some type of a substitution violation. I'm not sure what that call was exactly, but in any case, it means 5 yards for the Patriots. And it gives them a 1st and 10 in Buccaneer territory. Ball just now moved back across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So that's where we'll start off here. Leak hands off to Crow. Crow gets up across the 45 to about the 44. Ball will be moved up. Gain of about 2. That's a 2nd down now. After the penalty, that makes it 2nd and 3 now for a 1st down for the Patriots. Again, a little bit more methodical in the huddle before they come out, taking as much time as they can. Clock now inside 7 minutes at 6:42 and counting. Bucks trailing by a bunch, and they need the football. Pitch out to Crow, across the 30-yard line. Actually, the 35 and knocked out at around the 30-yard line. Quick pitch that time to Crow to the far side of the field.
Laney's going to have to start getting after here and make something happen. You got to take some chances. They got nothing to lose, and look for them to sort of move their front back up, put 4 men down. They've had 3 all game, so look to them to really start getting after here, bringing some pressure, trying to make something happen. They got to start forcing Independent's hands a little bit.
Time now working against the Bucks as we're inside 6:30 and counting. Patriots moving down. Inside handoff to Crow once again. Fires up across the 30-yard line. Now the Patriots just pounding away at the Buccaneers, taking time off the clock, keeping the ball on the ground, and just, taking control of this football game as they have done here in the second half. Even after a couple of big plays by the Buccaneers. Looks like we may have an injured player for Laney on the play. Coaching staff, the trainer going out now to around the 30-yard line. Looks like the young man's trying to get it back up. Try to give you a name on that in just a moment. But Coach, this is the game in which the Buccaneers had high hopes in terms of coming back with a state championship for Wilmington. The injured player now coming off the field for the Laney Buccaneers, number 6, John Newton, linebacker. Had a tough night for the Buccaneers, but he looks like he's going to be all right. Surely he'll be back in the lineup. Referee starts the clock again. Because this is a game that, certainly the Bucs thought they had a good chance. They knew they were up against a great high school football team, defending state champions, a team that's ranked nationally. And they started off with all the momentum and got that quick lead, but after that, it's been all independent pretty much.
They came out with a lot of emotion and had some success. It's just hard to sustain that emotion over a long period of a whole football game. And Independence came in with the advantage of having been here before and done it, and sort of that inner confidence and calmness through that 13-0. Other teams might have been shocked or stunned, and I think perhaps Independence's experience here and success here last year perhaps sealed them a little bit to sort of those bolts. And I'm sure everyone's naming at them around there, the Charlotte area all season, trying to get a piece of them. So I think that they were prepared for it. And I think Laney came in and had a great game plan. I think these kids have given everything they've had, and they got a lot to be proud of.
1st and 10 now for Charlotte Independent. Leak handoff to Crow once again across the 20, across the 15 to the 10, and slides inside the 10 at around the 9-yard line. So another 1st down for the Patriots, knocking on the door one more time. 43-25 is your score, with the Patriots on top of the Laney Buccaneers here late in the 4th quarter with about 5:04 remaining in the contest.
And sort of looking up, before games, looking at Independence, this is their MO. Kind of throw the ball out there, get a lot on the scoreboard, pass the ball, and then start running it. Crow is a real good back. So that was the one thing that Laney really needs to take care of. It's hard to stop everything. They have so many weapons there at Independence.
League once again comes up the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff, a couple yards, getting close to about the 5, maybe at the 6-yard line. Pounding away inside. Buccaneers, primarily a senior team. A lot of seniors on this ball club. They got to the state championship. Not many high school football players can say that, and certainly it's been 50 years since the New Hanover County team has made it, and the Laney Buccaneers have certainly made us proud in terms of getting to the state championship. But they've just run into a steamroller in the Patriots, the Charlotte Independent. We got 2nd and 7 now. Chris Leak brings up his offense. Red wide right is Rayleigh. Long count. Taking a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. Now handoff to Crow around the left side to the 5, and he's going to be inside. There is a penalty on the play, however.
Looks like there was a hold there on the end. That's a wing back and tight end blocking down, a little zone play. Crow bounced it outside, but looks like they had a hold, and it is a hold.
Good break for the Buccaneers. That'll be disallowed. The points will come off the scoreboard, and they'll move the Patriots back. Give the Bucs a chance one more time to stop them here. But in the meantime, the clock continues to roll. Actually, it's stopped now because of the timeout, but we're inside 4 minutes at 3:43, and the Patriots are basically in good shape here with a large lead that, again, looks like the Patriots are going to go on and win this contest, and the Bucs would like to get that ball back one more time to see if they can get some more points on the board, maybe go over 30. So 3:42 remaining. 48-25. Leak fakes to the left side, rolls right, passes, knocked down and incomplete. Willie Davis, good defensive play. The intended receiver was Mario Rayleigh.
Matchup with one of the best wide receivers in the state and one of the best secondary defenders in the state. So it's been a great matchup all night. Both have had great plays on both sides of the ball.
$49-25 is your score. My eyes are getting more tired. It looked like a 48, and it's a 49. Lee coming up to the line of scrimmage one more time. Straight handoff inside. Picks up good yardage, but it's going to be short of the first down, I believe. Ball's marked at the 12-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Lee comes back out now after getting instructions from his coaching staff. 4th down now for the Patriots. Coming up to the 3-minute mark in the contest. Bucs would like to stop him here. Get the ball back one more time. Leaks passing. And it's going to go incomplete. Intended for number 8 for Charlotte Independent, Eric Lyon. Ball goes over to the Buccaneers with just about 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the game. Deep in their own territory, but again, the Buccaneer defense was able to hold them out that time, keeping the score to 49-25.
Laney's playing with a lot of pride still. Senior-dominated team that's put a lot into it. They've committed to finishing this thing, and they're still playing with a great deal of pride. And they're probably hitting as hard as they did in the first quarter. Independence is a bit much for them.
Buccaneer offense. Kevin Holliday brings his offense up one more time tonight. Got 2:51 remaining. See if they can get another Buck score on the board. Hand off to Willie Davis. Davis going around the right side. Finds some room. Dances a little bit. Down the sidelines and pushed out finally at about the 35-yard line. So where they've had some success in other games where they've been kind of shut down going to the outside, that time they were able to get it around the right end.
Absolutely. I think Independence, had an adjustment for it. I think Laney's made the adjustment back. And so I think they got the flank there, and that's where they're most dangerous. They were really scary when they get Willie Davis out there on the flank like that. Sideline was one thing that stopped them on that play.
Might have some new players in the defensive lineup also for the Patriots now. Getting a few more of the players in this contest, so they could say they were part of the state championship.
Absolutely.
Time to get everybody into the lineup. The Bucks would like to get one more score before it's all over. Here comes the quarterback, Holiday, looks downfield, pass is completed at the 50-yard line. And the Patriots grab the ball. There's flags all over the place. That might be a fumble on the play.
Isaiah Thomas there, number 7, wide receiver with the catch.
Nice catch, but he coughed it up after the defense was able to pull the ball away, and that'll give it back to the Patriots with 2:30 remaining in the contest. So that should just about do it now for the Buccaneers. They're going to have to try to force a turnover, get it back, but the Patriots now leading 49-25, 2:30 remaining in the contest. And another turnover. A lot of turnovers for the Bucs, really uncharacteristic of this team.
It is. But again, it's probably a testament more to independence and their ability to, to hit hard and that kind of thing. I think Laney bumped into a team that was as physical as they were. I think that was the first time they really bumped into some of the buzzsaws that nature.
Okay, we have an instant replay on that last play. See that running play go, and Crow was on the carry. Here's the instant replay.
We'll roll out here by Holiday. Sees Isaiah Thomas coming across the field, trying to get some extra yards there. Looks like the guy comes in there at the very end and passes free.
So it'll be second down now after the turnover for the Patriots. And another timeout. 2:02 remaining.
Again, Laney had a fantastic season, 15-0, undefeated in conference, undefeated during the regular season, beat some of the more prestigious programs in the state, in Richmond County, Scotland County, Garner. They really earned a trip here, and they showed themselves well. I think they just ran out perhaps, when you talk about playing 16 games, it's hard. When you